A very good morning to all of you and welcome to this powerful masterclass, a special webinar on PracticeXL Showcase. I'm Dr. Sujit Pardeshi. If I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you, just type hi or good morning in the chat box. Wonderful. So, very good morning to Dr. Yogesh, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Varad, Shalini, Dr. Leela Krishna. Okay, Anjali. Okay, wonderful. So, guys, a very good morning to all of you and welcome to this very special webinar on PracticeXL Showcase. As you all know, that PracticeXL is a once in a year program that I conduct. It's an absolute A to Z about practice growth and practice management. Okay, 4 days of intensive program. But then today, I'm not just going to talk about the PracticeXL course, but I'm really going to give you a lot of insights out of my own experience as a practicing dentist for 25 years and my own expertise as the practice growth expert. Okay, so this is going to be a very powerful Sunday morning for all of you, and I promise you that, right? Friends, right in the beginning, I must tell you something that I really like to appreciate your presence here because see, it's a lazy Sunday morning, right? And you could have been doing any other thing. Maybe you could have been in your bed even now. Uh, you could have been in some, picnic, 1 day picnic or short vacation or whatever it is. And or maybe you could have just sit on your sofa watching some TV or something. But then you have chosen to be here this morning, sorry, that actually shows that you are someone who really want to do something more, something extra, and grow your practice, take your practice to the next level. I really appreciate and admire your presence here on a Sunday morning. Okay. I always say it's only a handful of people who keep on doing something different, something extra all the time in order to better the things around them, for their patients, for their teams, staff, for their families, and the society that we all live in. And your presence here itself shows that you are part of that 2%. And because you have given your time here, okay, I always say time is the most valuable asset we all have. And when you give your time to someone, you land up giving a part of your life that's never going to come back. Okay. And because you have given your time here, I promise you that with all the expertise and experience I have in the field of practice growth, I'm really going to add massive value for the next 90 minutes for all of you. Okay. This is not going to be yet another boring kind of webinar. Let me tell you very, very frankly. This morning, okay, although it is the PracticeXL showcase, that means ideally I should only talk and promote the upcoming course PracticeXL that I conduct once a year. But then there is so much of content that I have to share with you for practice management, for practice growth, that this is not going to be a promotional webinar. I'm really going to add massive value for all of you, give you a lot of insights. You will actually understand what exactly you need to take your practice to the next level. What are the obstacles? What are the myths? Okay. This morning can potentially change the course of your practice, your financials, and your life forever. Okay. And how we are going to do that? We are actually going to talk about lots of things. We are going to talk about why perfect medical graduates majority of them do not become super successful practitioners when they go out and start practicing. Why doctors naturally are not good practice managers. What are the common myths about practice management which we as practicing doctors have? What should be your next natural step? And I'm going to share the complete roadmap that you need to learn in order to ensure that you don't just manage and survive in your practice, but even thrive in your practice. Okay. There are so many success stories that have got created by attending, the PracticeXL. So I don't know how many of you know this. I have a course community of 6,000 plus dentists from 18 different countries who have seen the practice growth of anywhere between 25% to 1,000%. Okay, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will find so many success stories there already. Okay, I have more than 1,000 documented success stories. So as I promised you, this is not going to be a boring kind of webinar. There are a lot of insights here, and I'm going to share every single thing that you need to learn to take your practice to the next level. Going to give you that entire roadmap. Okay, so the best part about this webinar is you will exactly come to know what you should do from tomorrow morning. Okay. So as we start, just want to share something that this is a live webinar. Okay. And this is the last PracticeXL showcase that I'm conducting this year. PracticeXL is just a once in a year program. Because of the time constraint, I'm not able to do it more than once in a year. Okay. So, so I'll typically take like 1 hour to share a lot of good insights with you. What are the problems? What are the obstacles that stops us from growing our practice, and what exactly you should focus on? And then I'll just take 10-15 minutes to talk about the PracticeXL course, and then give you a wonderful opportunity, and most importantly, a webinar special offer to jump into the PracticeXL for this year. Okay. So next 90 minutes, be here, live session, take lots of notes. A small pen is better than a big memory. So make sure that you take lots of notes. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can ask those questions toward the end of this session. Okay. It's perfectly fine. But don't ask them, in between. Just note down your question somewhere in your notepad. And so that we don't break the flow. Okay. And I'll answer all your questions toward the end of this session. Right. And when you're here, I want you not just, to sit here and watch this webinar. See, there is nothing to watch here, by the way. Always remember, no matter which game you are playing, it's always the players who make the history and not the spectators. So I want you to be the players here. Okay. What do I mean by being a player? Whenever I ask you to put something in the chat box, I want you to participate in this webinar, not just sit and watch this webinar as a spectator. So those of you who are player, those of you who are willing to participate, give full on for the next 90 minutes, type full on in the chat box. I'll also come to know how many of you are players and how many of you are spectators here. Type full on in the chat box if you are really, want to learn something really powerful and implement it right from tomorrow morning. Okay. Wonderful. Super. So I'm so happy to see quite a few full-ons here, right? Wonderful. And guys, that's how it should be. So just want to know from which city in India or abroad you are attending this webinar from. Just type your city in the chat box. Well, I'm sure many of us have never met. It's just Facebook rather than face-to-face, right? So we have people from Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Jodhpur, Pune, Nagpur, Chennai, okay, Lucknow, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, Nasik. Okay, cool. Cuttack, Karnataka, Assam, Mukhed, Goa. Okay, wonderful. So is it okay if I introduce myself in short? Just type formal introduction, type okay in the chat dot if that's fine for you, because as I told you, many of you don't know a lot of things about me. Okay, thank you so much. Guys, I'm Dr. Sujit Pardeshi, an international speaker, bestseller author, and someone who has helped more than 6,000 dentists so far, from across 18 different countries to grow their practices by lakhs, by millions, and by crores of rupees over the years. Okay. Doing this for last 12 years now, almost. Okay. Have always been an invited speaker at different local branch events, at different state conferences, at different national conferences, participated in quite a few international conferences as well. Have been an invited speaker in different dental colleges, specialty organizations, conducted a lot of courses, a lot of pre-conference courses. Okay, on the way, wrote this wonderful book called New Age Dentalpreneur, develop a competitive edge, and build a profitable dental practice. First of its kind by Indian dentist or author, forwarded by one of the biggest dentists in the world, Dr. Christian Kochman. And when Dr. Christian was here in Mumbai for the DSD conference, he himself had pre-launched the book. And happy to share that the book was launched in the World Dental Show by the hands of then FDI World President from Hong Kong. So it has been a phenomenal journey over the last 10, 12 years. On the way, received numerous awards. This one is a special award, Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award for outstanding contribution and distinguished service to the nation. Because I have been a very active member in Indian Dental Association, Junior Chambers International, Rotary Internationals, and quite a few different organizations. So it has been a wonderful journey. You can say, like, done lots and lots of things, have seen dentistry from every side. This is my 25th year of, as a practicing dentist. And I do practice dentistry full-fledged from Monday to Friday. Okay. And seen dentistry as a practitioner, as a member of IDA, as an office bearer of IDA at local, state, national level, as a speaker, as author, and as an entrepreneur as well. So it has been a wonderful journey. Been there, done it all kind of thing. Okay, not just survived, but thrived. Okay. But then, how many of you understood this slide? Type me in the chat box. See, the world see your success. Okay. But none of us get success easily. Okay. This is what the world see, and this is what you go through. How many of you understood this slide? Type me in the chat. Okay. So, your success always comes at the cost of a lot of hard work, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of failures and bouncing back, lots of sacrifices. And it's never elegant. Success is always messy. Okay. And I'm sure all of you have a story, right? We all have a story. And my story is no different than yours. It all started in a very small town called Pachora in district Jalgaon in the state of Maharashtra. Born and brought up there, this is where I used to live. Yep. A 2-room tin shed house. And 11 of us used to live in a joint family here. Okay. It was never a very easy upbringing. But growing up with this humble background never became an excuse or a reason for me why I cannot do what I always wanted to do. In fact, it always inspired me to do something bigger, something better all the time. Okay. And even after, I was like, we used to live there till I was in my 12th standard and got my admission in BDS. Okay. My town is around 400 kilometers equidistance from Mumbai, Pune. So I did my graduation from Bharati Vidyapith, Pune, and went back to my hometown. Okay. And started Smile Dental Clinic in November 99. Okay, so this is the photograph of, on the day of inauguration of my practice in my hometown. A typical small town single chair practice, 240 square feet practice, inaugurated on 14 November 99. So this is my 25th year, as a practicing dentist. And so now many of you might be knowing that I have shifted to Pune 6-7 years back. But then I'm actually going to share with you the story of what exactly happened with me when I started practicing in my town. Okay. And because I'm sure many of you will be able to relate to that. Okay. Started in November 99, and the practice clicked pretty fast. Okay. I'm sure those of you who are from small towns, you will agree that, the practices in the small town clicks very fast, because it's like everybody knows everyone kind of scenario there. And there is hardly any waiting period. How many of you can relate to it? Type yes in the chat box. Okay. So you won't believe, like, within 6 months, okay, I was doing more than 25-30 patients a day. Okay. And literally earning 4-digit money at that time every single day. And that was like, wow, kind of scenario. Okay. Now, interestingly, the practice clicked like anything within for 6 months, because 99 2000 was the time when there were less number of dentists in this country, and we never had those kind of challenges which we face while practicing in the modern times. Okay, so there was no need of any marketing, there was no need of practice management. In fact, internet wasn't there in my town, so no smartphones, no Insta, no वो नाच गाना रील्स की कोई जरूरत नहीं थी, kind of. So it was a window, like the practice clicked very fast, and I started my practice even before my 23rd birthday. Okay, so within 6 months, like at the age of 23, I was like set. By June 2000, I was like, bus practice to set, life set ho gaya hai, kind of. But let me tell you something. Life is what happens to you when you are making some other plans. Okay, it's always something unexpected. Now, the unexpected thing that happened with me in my practice was my practice becomes stagnant. I didn't realize it for first, like 5-6 months. I was like, हाँ ठीक है, practice तो चलता रहता है. But by the time, 2001, I knew that something is wrong in the practice. And it's like practice was good, but it was stagnant. Okay, not growing, no matter how slow. And I knew one thing for sure, and I'll talk about it more in some time. I knew one thing for sure, that something is wrong. The practice should not be stagnant, no matter what. And no matter how slow it grows, it should keep growing. Okay, it should keep growing. So I knew something was wrong, and I need to work on that. So I used to go to different, CD programs, attend different lectures, come back, try to implement things in the practice, go to different conferences. Okay, the private courses just started, so did one root canal course also at that time. And I used to go to senior dentists, see how they work, like what is that missing link in my practice. But trust me, I was not just finding the missing link in my practice. Okay. For 7 long years, the practice was stagnant like hell. Okay. The practice was stagnant like hell. And it was scary, like from June 2000 to June 2007, March 2007 to be very precise. Okay. 7 long years of stagnation. Even after doing everything, the practice was not going up. And I was like, yeah, I want to grow my practice. Okay. By the way, how many of you want to grow your practice? Type me in the chat box. Okay. Let me see how many of you are really passionate about growth, actually. Okay. How many of you want to grow your practice? Wonderful. The question is, I didn't know how. Because nobody had taught me how to make it happen. Okay. The problem was nobody had taught me how to make it happen. Simply because I was taught about all the, clinical skills and everything. And the problem was, but once you start practicing, uske baad kya karna hai? What should be done after that? Okay. Nobody taught me. And I'm sure no matter at which level of practice you are, you still would like to grow your practice to the next level. Okay. Because growth is the sign of life. Okay. Always remember, growth is the sign of life. You should always keep growing no matter what. Okay. So I also wanted to grow the practice, but the problem was I didn't know how. And this brings me to the first important point, that why perfect medical graduates, like, all those super intelligent students become doctors, but when they go out, not all of them become super perfect, successful practitioners. And I didn't know the answer. I was actually trying to search for the answer. Okay. So guys, those of you who are, here since beginning, I have already told you that this webinar can potentially change the course of your practice your financials and your life forever. So as I'm sharing my journey with you, trust me, I'm sharing so many powerful insights and giving you a wonderful, few analytic tools to analyze your own practice here. And as I told you, I'm going to give you the roadmap also towards the end. Okay. So, and I told you right in the beginning to take lots of notes because it takes only one idea to change your life. Okay. And so you never know which is that slide, that bullet point, that sentence that I speak can change your practice from tomorrow morning. Okay. It takes only one thing to change the fortune. And it actually exactly happened in the same way with me. Okay. My practice was stagnant from June 2000 to March 2007. Okay. Absolute stagnation. And I just didn't know. I literally, genuinely tried everything I could to grow my practice. But the problem was it was just not growing. Until one fine day. Okay. One fine day, I came and I always had this question. I always had this question that, I was like always very good in studies, as I told you, that, why when you go out, it becomes very difficult for us to become successful. Why perfect medical graduates don't make perfect doctors? And I'll tell you the problem. The problem is because they focus only on studies. Now, it sounds very maybe, strange or weird here, but if not studies, then what else we should focus on? Okay. And I told you, it takes only one idea to change your life. And it was that one seminar that I attended in 2007, a 3-hour seminar on success principles. And the trainer showed a couple of slides there. And those slides changed my life. One of the slides, he asked a very simple question. Think about it. Why it happens that, no matter, which profession, which business you take, not everybody is equally successful. Okay. Not everybody is equally successful. Just want to ask your opinion also. See, we all are dentists, right? So we have learned the same curriculum, same thing. But all of us are not equally successful. Why does that happen? Put it in the chat box. Okay. All of us don't have the same kind of name, fame, money, patience, reputation, brand, whatever. What might be the reason? We learned the same thing, right? Maybe from different colleges, different universities, but our learnings were same. So why everybody is not equally successful? What is that makes that difference? Okay. Come on, everybody. I told you guys, I don't want you to be the spectators here because no matter which game we are playing, it's the players who make the history. So be the player here. Wonderful. So your skill sets, your uniqueness, your how you manage the patients, your priorities, your soft skills. What else? What else? Attitude, your hard work. Okay, what else? Okay, all these answers are correct, by the way. And everyone must have at least one answer, no? Why everybody is not equally successful? The passion, right? Wonderful. The city of your practice, okay? Management. Now, see, all these answers are correct, but there is something more specific to it. There is something more specific to it. Okay, teamwork, destiny. Okay, wonderful. So, okay. And I got that answer in that seminar. And the trainer showed 2 slides. Number 1, he said there were 2 institutions in the world who did a lot of research, survey, okay, on why it happens that everybody is not equally successful. One of them was Dale Carnegie Institute. And this is what they came up with. The Dale Carnegie Institute says that 85% of your financial success is due to your personality, your ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Shockingly, only 15% is due to the technical knowledge. Now, this is shocking, right? But almost at the same time, another world-renowned institution came up with another survey. One single liner question was asked to people. lakhs of people across different business professions in the world. Why, in spite of having similar education, people differ in the success? And when the result of the survey was out, the world was shocked when the Harvard University said that the contribution of domain skill in human success is just 12 to 13%. And what contributes to almost 88% is the soft skills and the effectiveness of the soft skills with which we use them. Now, this was crazy. Okay. When I heard these two words, soft skills and domain skills, for the first time in 2007, I was like, ye kya hai? So what are domain skills, by the way? Domain skills is our technical knowledge. We are dentists. So dentistry is our domain. Now look at this. The Dell Carnegie Institute says your technical skill contributes to 15% of your success. Harvard University says your domain skill contributes to 12-13% of your success. And 88%, 85% is something which is never taught to us. Because what are the soft skills? So soft skills are nothing but your communication skill, your presentation skill. Soft skills are nothing but your management skill. Soft skills are nothing but your leadership skill, your team building skills. Soft skills are nothing but your interpersonal skills, your rapport building skills, your question handling, objection handling skills, your crisis management skills. Okay, interesting, isn't it? And is there anybody who has learned this professionally in the college? Type yes or no in the chat box. And I was shocked. I was like, I have given around like 25 years of my life to learn clinical dentistry. And that trainer is saying it contributes to only 12-15%. I don't agree with this. I raised my hand. And I told him, I asked a question. I told him, I don't agree with this. And there were many in the audience who were on my side. And the trainer said, you have all the right to disagree with it. You can write an email to Harvard or Dell Carnegie Institute. But then he said a very powerful thing. He said, but then I'll tell you what, I can prove that this survey is right. And he asked a question. And guys, this morning, I want to ask the same question to all of you. Okay. I want to ask the same question to all of you. Amit says this should be incorporated in the internship. Amit, I wish I wrote that book, like in 2015. At that time, I have written in the, preface of the book that I wish that sometime, somewhere down the line, the practice growth, practice management, and soft skill curriculum should become part of the medical curriculum. That is one of my biggest dreams or wish, you can say. Okay. So the trainer asks a question, and I want to ask the same question to all of you. Guys, I want you to recollect your batchmates. Okay. I want you to recollect your batchmates and think about the top 10 practitioners from your batch. Okay. So, अपने classmates में जिन लोगों का भी practice अच्छा है. So, top 10 practitioners from your batch. So, out of that top 10, by majority, like 6, 7, 8 out of 10, whatever, by majority, the question for you is, who are more flourished practitioners? The toppers or the backbenchers? Put it in the chat box. Now, that doesn't mean that backbenchers don't have good practice or toppers don't have good practice. I'm saying by majority. And that is also in your class. By majority, who are more flourished practitioners in your class? Naturally, everybody's practice is good. But if you take like majority, 6, 7, 8 out of 10 or whatever, mostly, yeah. So who are more flourished practitioners? Toppers or the backbenchers? Backbenchers, mostly no toppers, backbenchers, good managers. Okay, middle benchers or backbenchers. Okay, backbenchers. Now, interesting, isn't it? I don't know why others are not typing. Harsh truth. Okay, but accept it, because guess what? Next 30 minutes are going to change your life forever if you listen to every single sentence which is going to be the $1 million advice for you. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. Even in my class, okay, even in my class, the backbenchers, by majority, are more flourished practitioners. So one of those rare toppers who always used to sit on the back bench. Okay. So interestingly, now see this. It does not apply only to dentistry. You will find the same thing happening with the engineers, lawyers, chartered accountants, MBAs, isn't it? Different people in different businesses. So, that itself is more than enough to prove that you need something else along with clinical skills. I'm not saying clinical skills are not important. Okay. You need something else along with clinical skills in order to build a successful dental practice. And that's why I always say that dentistry is all about 3M. And the 3Ms of dentistry are, I'm not talking about the rubber base or composite, okay? The 3Ms of dentistry are marketing, management, and professional mastery. Marketing, management means soft skills. Professional mastery is domain skills. Now, the question, according to you, which M is more important? Put it in the chat box. Which M is more important? Come on, guys, quickly. Management, marketing, all three, mastery, management, all three, mastery. Wonderful. Now let's take a hypothetical example. What is the role of marketing? Suppose there is a dentist who is very good in marketing only. बंदे का marketing अच्छा है. What is the role of marketing? The marketing will give you a lot of people in your waiting room. That means your waiting room will be full. Yeah, good OPD. Nice. Okay. So you will get a lot of people. Now, why I use the word people? Because let me tell you, those leads are not your patients. It is only when they accept your treatment plan, they become your patients, right? So they are your prospects or potential patients. So the role of marketing is to give you a lot of prospects. Okay. So if there is a dentist who is very good at marketing only, he or she will have the waiting room full. But the problem is, because the soft skills are not good, because the communication, presentation, the interpersonal rapport building skills are not good, you will not be able to convert those prospects into your patients. And I want you to relate every single word, every single sentence to your practice. I promised you the next half an hour is an absolute gold mine. It will change your life forever. Okay. I want you to, you will immediately find the problem in your practice. Let me tell you. Okay. If there is a dentist who is very good in marketing only, he will have a lot of prospects, but the conversion ratio will be low. That means less and less number of patients will get converted for the treatment. Guys, I told you already, whatever questions you have, please ask those questions toward the end, because I don't want to break the flow and your attention and focus. Okay. So if there is someone who is very good in marketing only, the person will have a lot of people coming to the practice, but less conversion ratio. If there is someone who is very good in soft skills only, the communication is good, presentation is good, management is good, whenever there is patient, he will convince the patient for sure, but because the treatment skill is not good, because the treatment quality is not good, the patient will not come back again. So such practice will have high conversion, but low patient retention ratio. The patients will not come back again. And if there is someone who is very good in clinical skills only, because the person does not do marketing, there will be less footfall, Because the soft skills are not good, hardly any patient getting convinced. So if the person is very good in clinical skills only, it will take years before people in the vicinity understand that there is a good dentist here. Iska kaam acha hai. How many of you agree? Type agree in the chat box. मतलब कोई marketing नहीं, कोई soft skill नहीं, काम अच्छा है. So it will take years for the people around you to know that your work is good. The problem is, trust me, you don't have that much time. Because in a country where around 25 to 30,000 dentists graduates every year, if it takes 4 or 5 years for your practice to click, there will be 1 lakh more dentists in this country. If only 1% of that comes to your city, what is 1% of the 1 lakh? It is 1,000 new dentists. It's like almost one inauguration every single day. That's scary. You trust me, you don't have that much time. I always say this: knowledge or skill without opportunity is zero. No matter how good clinician you are, let me give you the big secret. There are 2 prerequisites of building a wonderful dental practice. Number 1, you should have footfall. And number 2, those people should accept your treatment. If you think that's correct, type yes in the chat box. No matter how good clinician you are, you need a patient who accepts your treatment in order to show your clinical skills. Guys, hundreds of dental clinics are getting closed in this country every single month. Tell me why. Is it because they don't have dental chair, air rotor, or scaler? Or is it because they don't know how to do root canal, scaling, filling? It's only because either they don't have patients who accept the treatment. One of the biggest problem and mistake of majority of the dentists is they focus only on clinical skills. Only on clinical skills. And let me tell you something, it's not our fault. If you remember, type yes in the chat box. The first BDS, plaster of Paris block. Then that second BDS, that wax block. The third BDS, that block. And then you are blocked. You do your graduation, post-graduation to learn the clinical skills. Then you go to different conferences to sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you go to different courses to sharpen your clinical skills even further. Then you attend hands-on, sharpen your clinical skills even further. And then you buy that physio dispenser, that implant kit, that laser, that semi-adjustable articulator, fully equipped and prepared to do the wonderful implant, laser, FMR patients on Monday morning. Come to your clinic absolutely with josh, with enthusiasm, with a lot of positivity, with all your armamentarium. Question: where is a patient who accepts the treatment? Please try to understand this. Knowledge or skill without opportunity is zero. If you're a new dentist, okay, like new practitioner, who is making this mistake of not focusing on all 3 M's, let me tell you, sorry to say, but your practice will take a lot of years to click. And there will be another 10, 50, 100 dentists in your area or nearby or in the city. And if you're already an established practitioner and not focusing on all 3 M, I'll tell you the first thing that will happen to your practice is your practice will get stagnated. Baba, Mercedes or Amazon also do marketing even today. Do you really think someone who wants to buy Mercedes or BMW will buy after looking that advertisement? But they still do it. Do you think you and me need advertisement, a full page ad of Amazon to buy things from Amazon? Not at all. How many of you agree? Type me in the chat box. They still do it. And here people, once their practice is set, their waiting room is full and they're like, "Main to down, I don't need anything now." No. Guys, literally, like speaking from the depth of my heart, I have seen hundreds and thousands of practices. See, I have traveled the length and breadth of this country. I've conducted almost 7, 8, 900 sessions. There are, established practitioners never focus on all 3M. No marketing, no practice management, no soft skills, nothing. Because they think, and this is the second point, okay? People just don't learn the practice management. You know why? Why doctors are not good practice managers? Because they think that practice management will come to them automatically. Let me tell you, nothing comes automatically. Nothing comes automatically. If you're an established practitioner and if you do not focus on 3M, the first thing that happens to your practice is your practice will get stagnated. And let me tell you, it's scary because stagnation is the first phase of decline. Stagnation is the first phase of decline. Your practice will not go down when it actually starts going down. That is just a formality. It's so difficult to catch the ball which is rolling away from you. Okay. Anything that does not go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. Anything that does not go up eventually has to go down. I'll give you a simple example. You go to the tabletop and keep walking. What is a tabletop? It's a flat land on the top of mountain, right? You keep walking and there comes a point where the tabletop ends. What starts after that? It's always the valley, right? Anything that does not grow up or go up eventually has to go down. That's the nature's law. Growth is the sign of life. Stagnation is the first sign of decline. So if there anybody here whose practice is stagnated for 2-3 years or more, please take care of your practice because it is in ICU already. For 2-3 years, you can give the reason of, there was demonetization, there was GST, there was recession, there was Corona, whatever, blah, blah. But if there is someone here whose practice is stagnant for more than 3 years, trust me, you need to really pull your socks up and take care of your practice. Otherwise, it will go down, sink like Titanic eventually. And I'm sure all of you have seen such practices who rise like the sunrise and who sets before the sun sets. All 3M are equally important. All 3M are equally important. It is the effective marketing that ensures that you have a lot of footfall in the practice. It is effective soft skills that ensures that you convince the patient for the treatment. And it is effective clinical skills that ensures that whatever you project during marketing and whatever you promise during patient consultation, you deliver the same quality treatment. All 3M are equally important. Right from tomorrow morning, I want you to focus on all 3M. If you are a new practitioner, if you don't focus on 3M, you will not click fast. If you are an established practitioner, not focusing on 3M, you will go down for sure. And you will remember me. Trust me. You will be like, "Arey, usne barabar bola tha." What's the point? Okay. Start focusing on all 3M. And let me tell you, being a dentist, believe it or not, it is even more important to have very powerful soft skills. And I'll tell you why. Compare dentistry with any medical field. Compare dentistry with any medical field. Suppose a cardiologist says to a patient that, you will have to undergo bypass or you will have to undergo angioplasty, can the patient say, can I do it later? Can I do it after 3 months? Please type yes or no in the chat box. I don't have money right now. Tablet से नहीं होगा क्या? Okay. Can the patient say like this? Now, forget about the big treatments like cancer and bypass and all, yaar. If you have simple fever, viral fever, do you tell your general practitioner, family doctor, or the physician that I don't have time or money right now, I'll do it next week? No, you have to do it now at that moment only, isn't it? You have to do it now and now only. There is no option. Remember. But have you seen people saying this in a dental practice? Type yes or no in the chat box. Can I do it later? Tablet से नहीं होगा क्या? सीमेंट चांदी मसाला भर के नहीं होगा क्या? मेरे को वेकेशन पे जाना है, मेरे यहाँ पे शादी है, राइट? Every single day. True. Why? The question is why. यही बोलते हैं. That's what. And I'll tell you why. Because every medical field is a compulsive science. There is no option. Even if it is not emergency, fever is not emergency, but still every medical field is a compulsive science, whereas dentistry is elective science. For other medical treatments, you just have to inform the patient कि ये करना पड़ेगा. For dentistry, you will have to convince the patient कि भाई रूट कैनाल करना पड़ेगा. जैसे उसका नहीं, आपका ही दांत बचने वाला है. If you think this was powerful, type powerful in the chat box. Okay? Every medical field is a compulsive science, whereas dentistry is an elective science. Nothing is compulsory except pain relief. Nothing is compulsory except pain relief, and therefore pain gayab, patient gayab. How many of you seen that? Type me in the chat box. Pain gayab, patient gayab. Because compulsory तो कुछ है ही नहीं. Now see, the problem is, you are doing good things for the patient, and you only have to convince the patient for the treatment. ये कहाँ का न्याय है? Because dentistry is not compulsory, so you need to convince patient. Imagine the kind of convincing skills you need. मार्केटिंग करके इसको उसको आउटसोर्स करके पेशेंट तो आ जाएंगे, ट्रीटमेंट तो आपको अच्छा आता ही है, बट द पॉइंट इज ये कन्विंस करना पड़ता है पेशेंट को. Imagine what kind of powerful communication skill, presentation skill, rapport building skill, interpersonal skill, question answer handling skill, objection handling skill, price objection handling skill you need. Right? And nobody has taught us. I always say this. Every practicing dentist must learn not just powerful and effective patient consultation, but magnetic patient consultation skills. And trust me, your life and your practice will shoot like anything. I have seen this happening to thousands of people who have attended PracticeXL. Literally, exponential growth. If you go to my YouTube channel, I think last month I posted a video, 10 times practice growth in 3 years. Now, because dentistry is elective science, you have to convince patient for the treatment. In order to convince patient for the treatment, you need very good patient convincing skills. The problem with people is they think this comes to them naturally. Practice management comes to them naturally and automatically. And you become better at it as you practice for more number of years. And that's why people don't believe or people don't think that they need to learn the art and science of practice management. Another simple example I'll give. How many of you have staff problem? Type me in the chat box. I'll give you a powerful solution. Type me in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Now, those of you who have staff problem, simple solution. Change your staff and your problem will get solved. Simple, है ना? But will that happen? Type yes or no. No? Question. Why? Because it's never the staff that is the problem. It's always the staff management which is the problem. It's never the staff problem. It's always the app problem. I hope you are getting my point. Okay. So because we have never been taught how to handle people, how to develop a systematic way of practicing, how to manage your appointments, your patients, your time, your inventory, your people. We have never been taught this professionally. So you must learn the art and science of practice management. I always say this, practice management is art as well as science. It's not some time pass. People think that they don't need to learn it and they will become better with time. Let me tell you, probably yes. But the problem is, this is called experience-based learning. You become better with experience. I'll give you a simple example. When you started a new practice, you used to take maybe like around 20-30 minutes to do that root canal consultation and convince patient for root canal. Type yes in the chat box if that is yes. And then slowly that time came down to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. Yeah. Those of you who are senior practitioners here will 100% agree to it, because that has happened with me as well. And eventually there comes a point where you just tell the patient, root canal karna padega. And the patient, okay, sir, jaise aap bolo. Now, how does that happen? All over these years, you understand what not to say. And when you remove what not to say, those 25-27 minutes out of your patient consultation, what to say remains very simple and effective. But it takes you 5, 10, 15 years of your career to learn this. This is called experience-based learning. Trust me, not worth. People say experience is the best teacher. Let me tell you, I don't agree with that. Because experience may not be the best teacher, always. But one thing is certain. Experience is the costliest teacher. Ask me why. Because experience always comes at the cost of your time. And you can regain and recover everything in life. You cannot regain the time. Experience may or may not be the best teacher, but it's the costliest teacher, because the cost of experience is time. You have to give away 10, 15 years of your active career life to get that experience. कि क्या बकवास नहीं करना है. Big deal. Friends, the best thing to do is to take charge of your practice and learn these things proactively in a very short time and become super effective with your skills on practice management, communication, presentation, leadership, objection handling, crisis. That's what life is. And then doctors have a lot of myths about all these things. अरे ये सब क्या सीखने का? Okay, I'll tell you something. And one very interesting myth. I know it. Let me tell you. These three are the most dangerous words in this world. I know that. Now, interesting example I'll give you. How many of you remember this scenario? Your final BDS, final exam, suppose 9 to 12 paper. And at 8:45, before entering that examination hall, you were like reading so many notes, going through the notes, going through the books, going through the short notes. And you were like, oh my God, I don't know this. I don't know this. मुझे तो ये भी नहीं आता है, ये भी नहीं आता है. भाई कैसा पेपर आएगा पता नहीं. How many of you remember that? Type me in the chat box. You know, that's 15-30 minutes before the exams. There was so much which you did not know. And the moment that examination is over at 12 o'clock, all of a sudden, the moment you are like, now I became doctor, there are people who never touch those books again for the rest of their life, as if they know everything. How does that happen? Think about this. Somebody who did not know so much only 3.5 hours before now gets the feeling that I know it. I know everything. The day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. And moreover, when you start practicing, people come to you and say, sir, ma'am, डॉक्टर साहब, तो आपको लगता है कि मैं बहुत बड़ा हो गया. It is their way of expressing the respect. That doesn't mean that you know everything and you should take things for granted. So never have this illusion that I know everything. Another thing, I earn a lot of money. Another myth which, we all have. Because see, when I was in the college, honestly speaking, I never thought that I can even earn 1,000 rupees a day. And when at the age of 23, you start making that money and you're like, oh, मेरे पास तो बहुत पैसा है. I have seen so many dentists, instead of thinking big, instead of, exploring their own potential and capacity, they always underperform themselves. 10, 20, 30, 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees profit अगर clinic में हो जाता है, they are like बहुत हो गया. Until one fine day you go to one foreign tour, you go for a 3 days 5-star stay or vacation, and you understand how less money you have. Friends, things are becoming super expensive out there. Don't think you have too much money. And unfortunately, if anybody of you have already gone through the experience or the pain of medical illness in the family, hospitalization, those unbelievably expensive bills, you know what I mean. Don't have this myth, you have a lot of money. Let me tell you, whatever money you have paid for your graduation fees, today you need more money for your kids' nurseries and first year schooling. Type true in the chat if that's true. So don't have this myth. I'm not saying become a money-minded person, but become a realistic person at least. We are going to need a hell lot of money in the future. Things are becoming really, really expensive and difficult out there. Whatever loans we had on our head 10 years back, 15 years back, now we have 10 times bigger loans on our heads. Type yes in the chat box if you are one of them. So the point which I want to make here is, don't live your life in illusion. मुझे सब पता है, मुझे आता है सब, मेरे पास बहुत पैसा है, लोगों को मेरी जरूरत है. People need us. Let me tell you, people don't need you at all. You close your clinic and you will understand people will go to somebody else without a second thought. ये कोविड के बाद ये थोड़ा सा बेटर हुआ है. Otherwise, तो it was really bad. Okay? I know how to balance things. the work-life balance? Let me tell you. All of us want to have a wonderful work-life balance. Okay? But you know what? The biggest irony of being a doctor is if your practice do not click, then it is a problem. उसका टेंशन अलग होता है. If your practice clicks, you have a bigger problem. And you know how? Because more practice makes you more busy. And the more, like the busier you get, the less time you have. Now you cannot reduce the time for your patients. So which time gets reduced eventually? Your time, your me time, and your family time. And the work-life balance get disturbed completely. How many of you agree? Type yes in the chat box. Okay? Don't think that, I know how to balance. Where is the time? We need to really learn this, how to do that work-life balance. Those of you who think you are perfect and all, just take care. Because doctors are few of the most stressed people in the society. It's really sad to see that the average lifespan of an Indian doctor is 5 years less than the average lifespan of Indian citizen. Sad, isn't it? Those who give, those who give life to people, those who make people healthier, their lifespan is lesser because they are more stressed people. And so, friends, we are at a crossroad where we need some solution because we just don't know what to do next. And what should be done next? Before telling you, I just want to share a very powerful case study with you, a management case study. There was an Oxford University student. Okay. See, I gave you a lot of insights about how we think, how we should think, where we focus, where should be our focus, which M we think is important, what all M's we think we should know that are important. Experience-based learning versus proactive learning, and different myths and a lot of things, right? If this was useful so far, type useful in the chat box. Okay. And I'm going to share a very powerful case study with you. Thank you. There was an Oxford University student, and he was doing a thesis. He was studying top 500 companies in the world, Fortune 500 companies. And he saw a very interesting pattern there. He saw that there are more than 300 companies which are in the list of Fortune 500 for years and years and years and decades. Even if there is so much of competition in the world, the technological advancements, internet, smartphones, social media, still. So how is this possible? So what he did, he wrote an email to the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, asking them one simple question, that tell me one secret which is keeping you in the list of Fortune 500 for years and decades, even if the world is changing so rapidly and there is so much of cutthroat competition in the world. Now, imagine the CEOs of top 500 companies, okay? Why they should reply to such unknown email. But to his own surprise, he received 83 replies out of 500 emails. And 79 out of 83 were on the similar lines. And that was continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead than the competitors. Continuous upgradation in their own field was the secret of being one step ahead than competitors. Friends, keep on upgrading yourself all the time. Remember this. Keep on upgrading yourself all the time. Because the moment you upgrade yourself, you will see that it saves your time. It saves your efforts. It gives you better results. The treatment quality will go up. You will get more patients, naturally more money. Gone are those days when there was a crow and once he was thirsty. The modern crow has upgraded. He has become smart. Your phones, your wristwatches, your television sets, and even your cars are becoming smarter. Now it's time for you to become smarter. As Robin Sharma also says, in order to double your income and success, triple your investment in personal development and professional mastery. What is personal development? Soft skills. What is professional mastery? Clinical skills. Marketing can always be outsourced to any marketing agency. But doing that magnetic patient consultation, that powerful patient consultation is your responsibility. And doing that wonderful treatment is your responsibility. So every single time a patient comes back to you after a gap of 365 days, the patient should find something new. A new skill learned, a new technology acquired, a new equipment, a new treatment facility, new soft skill, better clinic, and lots of कुछ ना कुछ नया होना चाहिए. Keep on upgrading yourself all the time, all the time. One of the biggest problem with people is they think that upgradation is a one-time thing. No, it's an ongoing thing. Alvin Toffler had said a very powerful thing. And he said that the illiterates of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. But the illiterates of the 21st century will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn again and again and again. Learning is constant, simply because change is constant. Guys, keep on upgrading yourself all the time. I want you to take charge of your practice and learn how to grow and manage the practice. And one of the best, trust me, one of the best things that you can do as your road ahead is attending this 4 days, extremely powerful and intensive training program on practice growth and practice management called PracticeXL. Friends, those of you who don't know about it, I conduct PracticeXL only once in a year. Only once in a year because of the time constraint. It's a 4 days, very, very powerful training program. I'll just take 10 minutes, as I promised you, to talk about PracticeXL. And okay, just go through the wonderful topics also. And if you think this is for you, just jump in. Okay, it's a 4 days, 2 Saturday, Sundays. One in the month of June, one in the month of May. So May, June. So this year, PracticeXL is happening in May and June 2024. Okay, so before I give you, the further details about PracticeXL, yeah, let me just quickly give you the dates first. Okay, let me just quickly give you the dates first. So you can just take a screenshot or picture of this. The PracticeXL 2024 is happening on 18th and 19th May and 23rd, 22nd and 23rd June. The entire course is online. Okay, entire course is online. So I'll just, disable the chat here for a few minutes so that you can focus on everything I said. And then there is a Q&A section here. If you have any questions, you can ask the question. Okay, just go through this wonderful thing completely. So as I promise you, you'll close somewhere around 10:30, 10:35, whatever. Okay, so it's a 4 days. The best thing is it's all online. But those of you who believe in offline learning, कि नहीं यार मेरे को तो offline ही अच्छा लगता है. So attend the first 2 days online because day 1 and day 2 is online only. And day 3 and day 4, I'm going to conduct offline as well as online. So I'm going to conduct day 3 and day 4 twice, online and then offline on 29th and 30th of June in Pune. So if you want, come for the offline. It's 9 to 6 on these days. Okay, 9 to 6. Now, let me just quickly go ahead and give you a wonderful, wonderful mind map of what exactly we talk in PracticeXL. I told you that this mind map is going to become your roadmap. Okay, so the first thing I talk about is how to develop the mission statement, the vision statement of your practice, and why it is important to do the SWOT analysis of your practice. Now, I don't know how many of you know what is SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is the analysis of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what are the strengths of your practice? What are the weaknesses of your practice? What are the opportunities to grow your practice? And what are the threats or challenges you can encounter as you try to grow your practice? An extremely powerful analytical tool. Once you work on this, you need to work on the image of your practice. And that is nothing but the branding, online and offline marketing. Okay, branding, online and offline marketing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you in detail about how to enhance the branding of your practice, the brand image of your practice. Okay, what are different ways by which you can do online marketing? What are different ways by which you do offline marketing? It's going to be a very powerful session. Then I'm going to talk about all the soft skills, right from in-depth, an extremely powerful session on communication, presentation skill. Guys, imagine 4-5 hour session on communication and presentation because dentistry is elective. Okay. Then management skill, leadership and team building skill, negotiation skill, and delegation skill. I'll just give you a small example. Negotiation skill is such a powerful thing because people keep on bargaining in your practice, isn't it? Just want to ask, a few very interesting questions. How many of you have seen the moment you talk about money and people starts bargaining? Type me in the chat box. Or the moment you talk about the high-end treatment and people like, uska kya guarantee hai? Or they compare you. Okay. Oh, I'll just open the chat for some time. Just type yes if you have gone through this kind of scenario. Type yes in the chat box. The moment you talk about money and people compare you with the next door dentist. And let me tell you how, we dentists answer patients. The moment patient bargains and people are like, we don't bargain, we have fixed charges. I've seen dentists talking like this to patients. ये कोई सब्जी मंडी है क्या? Don't bargain here. People start, people ask for warranty, guarantee, and the dentists are like, warranty? Guarantee? No guarantee. किस चीज का guarantee? I will do my best. That is guarantee. You are not buying an electronic gadget and asking for warranty. ऐसी बात करते हैं. कुछ लोग तो इसके एक स्टेप आगे, उनको तो पद्मश्री देना चाहिए. आपका और मेरा गारंटी नहीं, इसका क्या गारंटी? पेशेंट सोचता है यार मैं दांत की बात कर रहा था, ये मेरे जान पे उतरा है. The moment you talk about money and patient compares you with the next door dentist, oh, your charges are so high. If you have gone through it, type me in the chat box. And if the bigger the pain, bigger the me should be. Okay. Oh, your charges are so high. That dentist तो that next day वो तो उतने में करता है. And then again you get angry, you get annoyed, and you're like, okay, no problem, you go there. And the patient indirectly slaps you by saying, if I wanted to go there, I would not have come to you in the first place. Isn't it? अगर वहीं जाना होता तो इधर नहीं आया होता. You do that wonderful root canal, wonderful tooth preparation, cementation, as the patient move out of the dental chair, and the patient is like, now this cap will last for the lifetime. No, their hair color do not last for lifetime, and they want this cap to last for lifetime. How many of you have seen it? Type me in the chat. Guys, there are hundreds of such questions. Unfortunately, nobody has taught us how to handle this professionally. So, कब तक ऐसे जवाब देते रहेंगे हम लोगों को? आपका और मेरा गारंटी नहीं, इसका क्या गारंटी? हाँ ठीक है, आप बाजू वाले के पास चले जाइए. That's not correct. We need to learn all this in a very, very professional way. And let me tell you, there is no single mentor, there is no single course curriculum which will teach you all this under one platform. So PracticeXL is literally the ready-made one-stop recipe for all this. Okay, I was giving you the example of negotiation skill. Negotiation skill is such a powerful skill which will help you to deal with the bargaining patients every day. Not just that, you can use negotiation for anything you buy outside your dental practice. One of our participants used the same techniques of negotiation to bargain for his clinic's place and could save 72 lakh rupees. One of a gynecologist participant saved 2.3 crore rupees. And then choti badi success stories are endless. Delegation, extremely powerful. Then you will also learn art of staff management, art of managing yourself, art of clinic, payment, appointment management, inventory management, sab kuch. You will also learn the art of networking, art of objection handling, how to answer all, those objections and questions of the patients, how to specifically handle the price objection. Friend, there are specific objection handling and price objection handling techniques that you need to learn. Then art of using the pricing strategy. How to decide the treatment charges, what should be the strategy, extremely powerful strategy that I'll share with you. And the icing on the cake, how to develop the competition proof practice, what is conceptual selling, how to use conceptual selling to grow your practice, what is gender intelligence. I'll give you a simple example. Friends, male and female brain is different, not just anatomically and physiologically, but psychologically as well. So when you talk about the same treatment, say for example, root canal to a male patient and to a female patient, trust me, it should not be the same way. It should be different, because the way male perceive and the way female perceive the same information is different. लेकिन हम लोगों का तो बस एक ही कैसेट होता है. Even if I wake you up at 2 a.m. in the morning and just start the button of your DVD, root canal, and you will say the same cassette. Type yes if that is yes in the chat. So if you understand this difference, if you understand what exactly you should and how exactly you should be different, trust me, the game changes completely in the practice, because I'm sure all of you are going to get male and female patient even tomorrow morning in the practice, right? So you must learn conceptual selling. You must learn gender intelligence. Another powerful topic, satisfied versus loyal patients. How many of you have seen this? That one of the patient for whom you have done wonderful treatment, one fine day the patient comes back to you, had gone to some other dentist. Your treatment is still perfect. And you keep on wondering, yaar, mera kaam sahi tha, so why this guy went to somebody else? How many of you have seen it? Type me in the chat box. And few of you to can't even resist yourself. You land up asking the patient, apna treatment sahi tha na, fir udhar kyun gaye? Now guess what? The patient was satisfied with your treatment, but still patient went to somebody else. Let me tell you, it's a very powerful lesson. All your satisfied patients may or may not be your loyal patients. So what is the difference between satisfied patients and loyal patients, and how to convert your satisfied patients into loyal patients? Extremely powerful. How to use technology to grow your practice, how to use accessories to grow your practice. And then there are powerful, powerful question answer sessions. Friends, look at this. Absolute the entire thing under one roof. PracticeXL happens only once in a year. Okay, so I promise you, I'll give you the price and I'll give you the webinar special price. So let me tell you, the price for the PracticeXL is 79,999 plus GST. Okay, not just that, there are few more things which are important. Number one is, once you attend PracticeXL, you get lifetime membership for PracticeXL. You can come back to PracticeXL again and again and again next year till I conduct it. Okay, then you get a very, very professional, internationally standardized kind of workbook, which is 10,000 rupees. Then you will have guest speaker who will talk about the medical legal aspects of the practice, another 10,000 rupees. And then you will have 2 monthly mastermind classes so that you implement it the best PracticeXL curriculum. So once the day 1, day 2 is over in the month of May, you will have access to one live session in the month of June, so that whatever queries you have in implementation, you can get your answers. Then after June module, you will have one mastermind in the month of July. So it's a hand holding as well. You also have the WhatsApp group. So there is a lot that we do. The entire PracticeXL fees is 1,09,999 plus GST. But as I promised you, this is the last webinar of PracticeXL for this year. PracticeXL is the course that I conduct only once in a year. Trust me, if you have any other priorities, just rearrange your priorities and keep this as your main priority, because your practice will go to any level. Mark my words. I'm going to give you the webinar special price, but mark my words. Your course fees will be recovered even before you come for the day 3 and day 4 in the month of June. That's my promise. Your course fees will be recovered even before you come in the month of June for day 3 and day 4. It is such powerful. All you have to do is to take a decision. I'm going to give you 15 minutes, and the webinar special price for the next 15 minutes is not 1,09,999, but it's just for the entire 4 days, 39,000 plus GST. That's it. 39,000 plus GST. Okay. Just grab this opportunity. And the best part is you don't have to pay all of them together. You just have to pay 9,000 plus GST now, 15,000 plus GST on 10th of May, and 15,000 plus GST on 10th of June. Okay. This is an absolute mind-blowing offer, friends. You will never, ever, ever get so much. The entire curriculum plus the support system. Okay. So the entire amount is 39,000 plus government GST 18%. Okay. So just take a screenshot. Very simple. Okay. You have to pay 9,000 plus GST now, 15,000 plus GST on 10th of May, 15,000 plus GST on 10th of June. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to share the payment link here, and I'm just going to start the countdown timer here. Okay. So friends, here is the payment link, and your time for this webinar special offer starts now. Okay. So here is the payment link. Okay. And a countdown timer. I'm just disabling the chat for some time so that none of you should miss the payment link. Okay. So if you have any questions, there is a Q&A section here. You can put your questions in the Q&A. You have 14 minutes to make the payments, right? And whatever questions you have, I'll be more than glad to answer your questions. Friends, all you have to do is to just click on this link. Okay. All you have to do is just click on this link, put your name, email ID, and mobile number, submit it, go to the payment page. You can pay by any medium. You can pay by any e-wallet, net banking, credit card, debit card, UPI. You can generate your QR code and scan the code then and there itself. Okay. It is such a powerful course, and that you are getting just at this price. And then once you make the payment, please be here. Within next couple of minutes, I'm going to open the chat. I want you to put your name in the chat box if you have registered for PracticeXL, because I would personally like to welcome you in our community. Okay. It's an absolute mind-boggling course. If I cannot attend offline, can I join online? Yes, Selva, 100%. So see, offline though is for, if you can come to both also. Only the difference is for if you come offline, you will have to pay the hotel ka victual charges different. So this is the course fees. So for those of you who want to come offline, you will just have to pay 2 days ka hotel ka offline charges. That's it. Okay. right? So, guys, if you have any further questions, and meanwhile, because I didn't want to make this a 2-hour webinar. So what I did, I didn't show you any of the testimonials. But if you go to my YouTube channel, and you will be crazy to find, look at this kind of success stories. Okay, uh, I'm sure if I show you the Achievers Club is the do not create. Sorry, Achievers Club is the club where you will find so many success stories. Okay, look at this. So from 250 square feet practice to 4,000 square feet practice. Okay, 2x practice growth in 3 years, 8 times practice growth in 4 years, 3 secrets of 250% growth, 3 years, 6%, 6 times growth, 10x growth in 2 years, and so on. So, boys, it's just mind-boggling kind of result that people get. Okay, so I want you to just jump into this, because trust me, you will not get anything like this ever. Okay, anywhere else, right? So, how to balance professionalism versus building rapport with the patient? Good question, but honestly, there is no one-line answer, because work-life balance itself is a different topic altogether. And don't worry, we are going to cover everything. Okay. So then there is another question. Can I attend PracticeXL again? Yes, of course. In fact, I'll tell you what, there is so much that I cover that no matter how well you implement, I would still very strongly advise you to come the next year. Bilkul, and it's free of cost. Okay, online to is next year se to free of cost for you. Okay, so somebody says, when is Wealth Excel? 2025 directly. Wealth Excel 24 is already done. Okay, you can just stay tuned, keep connected, right? So guys, just a minute, I'll just open the chat box. Those of you who have made the payment, please put your names in the chat box. I would personally like to welcome you, in our community. Put your names in the chat box. Haripriya says, when is Life Excel? PracticeXL itself is a Life Excel. Okay, so PracticeXL is a part of Life Excel. So Life Excel is the ongoing course. Don't worry, you jump into PracticeXL, and you will come to know about Life Excel. And can I attend last offline session online? Yeah. See, you can attend. See, these are the dates. Please don't get confused. These are the dates. Now it is your choice that whether you want to attend 22nd and 23rd online, or 29th and 30th offline. Okay, so just take a screenshot of this. Right, then will it be helpful for physiotherapists? Yeah, of course, very much. I'll tell you what, there are more than 15 physiotherapists who have attended PracticeXL in the last 3 years. All top physiotherapists of Pune. Whether it is Dr. Mahesh Chakur, Dr. Praveen Patil, Dr. Farooq Sheikh, one of the top physiotherapists from Indore, Dr. Sudarshan Joshi, and there are many, many who have already attended it. Okay. Does this cover your other module content? Yeah, of course, it's A to Z about practice management, Soham. Okay. I don't have practice of my own. Should I apply? See, now, if you don't have practice of your own, but if you are practicing as a locum with someone, then you can jump in, simply because it will really help you to implement the teachings of PracticeXL in that practice. And think about it. You will be so well prepared right from day one when you start your own practice. Okay. Will the online session be recorded? No. Live. PracticeXL is always live. No recordings ever are done or available for PracticeXL or any of the Life Excel sessions. Okay, net banking not working, Nia, just change the payment medium. You can pay by credit card, debit card, UPI, whatever. Those of you who are encountering the payment failures, just change the payment medium and your payment will go through. So meanwhile, let me just see how many of you have enrolled. Dr. Atul have enrolled. Welcome on board, Dr. Atul. Welcome on board, Dr. Selva Kumar. Welcome on board, Dr. Kiran Kumar. Welcome on board, Dr. Dinesh Chandar. Welcome on board, Dr. Arundhati Kadam. Welcome on board, Dr. Anand Ladda. Welcome on board, Dr. Ranjita Ravir. Okay, welcome on board, Dr. Hari Priya. Awesome, guys. Congratulations for your decision, and take my words here. You don't know what you have done to your practice. You have made the best investment of your life for your practice. Take it from me. You compare the PracticeXL investment with any of your investment in your life, it will never give you this kind of returns. Your PracticeXL course fees will be 10 times recovered within less than a year. 10 times, I'm saying. Your course fees will be recovered even before your day 3 and day 4. It is that powerful. Okay. Imagine when I'm saying this, I'm not just raising your expectations, but I'm raising challenge for myself. And I know what I'm saying. Mark my words once again. PracticeXL will not surpass your expectations. PracticeXL will surpass your imaginations as well. Yes, you heard that right. PracticeXL will surpass your imaginations as well. It is literally that powerful. Will the content of Millionaire Dentist bundle covered? So it is a completely different course. Although the content is overlapping, the context is completely different when it comes to any of my online courses and Life Excel course. Okay. So meanwhile, Dr. Madhulika Tiwari has made the payment. Welcome on board, Dr. Madhulika. Welcome on board, Dr. Shraddha Khotkar. Okay. Guys, again, accept my congratulations because you genuinely don't know what you have done. Guys, 6 minutes are left. This is the last PracticeXL showcase. If you want to jump in, jump in. Otherwise, your next opportunity to grow the practice is 365 days away. And I'll tell you what, we have participants whose practices have gone up by say 50,000, lakh, 2 lakh rupees a month. Okay. Now, if you do not enroll for 12 months, you literally land up losing 10, 15, 20 lakh rupees in your practice. You don't even understand that. Okay. Remember, you pay for this only once, but you're going to get that support from me always. I told you, once a PracticeXLite, always a PracticeXLite. I strongly want you to come back again and again and again for the PracticeXL. Because every single year, even if you know the 90% of the things, those 10% will take you to the next level. Practices grows 10 times. Imagine, yaar, on one side, the survival has become a problem for our community. And then there are people here who are not just surviving, but thriving. Okay. Don't miss this opportunity, guys. I'm sure you don't want to wait for 365 days to grow your practice. Okay. So, meanwhile, Dr. Harish has enrolled. Welcome on board, Dr. Harish. Congratulations on your decision. Welcome on board, Dr. Neha Mistry. Congratulations. Welcome on board, Dr. Pallavi. Welcome on board, Dr. Vijay Urde. Please send the payment link. Sarika, here is the payment link in the chat. Okay. So, Soam says, thank you. Welcome. Okay. Appreciate giving knowledge. Always there. Okay. So, guys, 4 minutes left. Let me share you a very powerful thing, extremely powerful sentence. One of the sentences that has changed my life. Okay. Let me just share that with you. And that is by Brian Tracy. Okay. One of the sentences that has changed my life by Brian Tracy. And here it is. And Brian Tracy says, take all the training you can get, because one good idea is all you need to save yourself years of hard work. So powerful, isn't it? One good idea is all you need to save years of hard work. Guys, let me tell you, with all honesty, when I started practicing 25 years back, there was no such course available, no such mentor available in the country who has the experience, the expertise in the field of practice management and practice growth. A professional training. I'm not saying an experience-based talk. A professional training. I learned this very hard way. I had to travel to different cities, different countries, done multiple courses from different mentors. और वो सबको I've combined everything together and presented for you people. at one go. Believe me, no arrogance, with all humility, I'm saying you people are so lucky you don't even have the idea about. Rest is always a choice. Okay. Rest is always a choice because I have really worked extremely hard for this. Okay. And if there are few of you who are thinking, no, 40,000 rupees is more, I'm sure you spend more on your vacation. And PracticeXL will take your vacations from Mahabaleshwar to Mauritius. Don't worry about that. Okay. So meanwhile, Dr. Pooja Agnihotri has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Pooja. Congratulations for your decision. How much time is left? Guys, 2.5 minutes left. There are around 45 people here who have paid. Sorry, who are here but not yet paid. Guys, a last parting message for all of you. Okay, before we close this webinar. You know what? You are here since last around 100 minutes. You know why? Because you are convinced that it will help you. It's just that your brain is not allowing you to take the decision. What if it doesn't work? Will I be able to implement? Don't worry. Always remember, friends, your brain can be your best friend or the worst enemy. Always remember this. Your brain can be your best friend or the worst enemy. I always say this. It's always, we all have two of us within us. One of you always wants to go up, grow, progress. Another version of you always pulls you down. It's always you versus you every single day. And unfortunately or fortunately, one of you wins every single day. Today also, one of you is going to win. I want to leave you with these 5 questions. If not you, then who? See, those who wanted to enroll, they have already enrolled. Those who wanted to left, they have already left. Those who wanted to leave. Okay. They will not implement anything because people just don't value the free stuff. There's a lot of free stuff available on Google and YouTube. It doesn't work. You need a systematic way of learning. You're here since last 100 minutes. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? When would you like to grow your practice, if not today? If not here, then where else? You will find a curriculum that is so foolproof, complete, and a mentor who has already walked the path. Created magic for thousands of dentists and other doctors also in their practice and life. Imagine what will happen if you do not enroll, go back to your practices, keep on doing the same things from tomorrow morning. The same patients, bargaining, guarantee, yay, whoa. You keep on doing the same things, you keep on getting the same results because you cannot do same things and expect different results. If you want different results, you have to do something different. And imagine what will happen if you jump in. You will have a system to implement and a mentor to guide. One last time, sharing the link here. The link will be valid for a few more time. Okay, rest is your choice, right? Meanwhile, Dr. Sarika Oswal has paid. Welcome on board, Dr. Sarika. Dr. Gitanjali, a physiotherapist. Welcome on board, Dr. Gitanjali. By the way, just for the information, guys, let me tell you, it's not just the physiotherapist. We have participants, including cardiologists, oncosurgeons, general physicians, orthopedic surgeons, gynecologists, BMS, BHMS, physiotherapy, pharmacists, practitioners, apart from dentists, pediatricians, ophthalmologists, sab kuch. Because this curriculum remains same. Although I use dental ka examples, doesn't matter at all. Contextually, as a physiotherapist also, if you want to, give that package from here to here to the patient, you need that communication skill. You need that presentation skill. You need the management skill to manage your practice and staff and hospital. Okay. So, what is the question? Will I get recording if I'm unable to attend online? I already said, Selva, LifeXL, PracticeXL is never recorded. But take a deep breath. Don't worry. If you miss any of the day, session, or even 2 days, the rest of the 2 days will be more than enough to grow your practice double, triple in the next 1 year. That is number one. Number two, you have the support system. You have monthly masterminds. You will get access to 2 live sessions where you will get, everything will get revised. Don't worry. Okay. And then whatever is left, you can always attend next time. So instead of waiting for the next year, it's always better to take charge and take it big. Simple. Guys, once again, those of you who have enrolled, congratulations for your decision and welcome on board. Get ready, get excited for an absolute mind-boggling weekend next weekend. Next means 18th and 19th of May. Even if it is online, it will blow your mind to the next level. Okay. The dates. Yeah. One last time sharing. Yeah. Okay. So these are the dates. Just take a screenshot or photo. Okay. I'll share the date in the WhatsApp group also. No props later. Okay. These are the dates. So guys, those of you who have enrolled, congratulations. Welcome on board. You have made the best investment and the best decisions for your practice growth. I promise you, PracticeXL will not surpass your expectations. It will not just surpass your expectations, but it will surpass your imaginations as well. So all you have to do is do nothing. Our team will connect back with you in the coming in this coming week. You have to pay the 15,000 installment on Friday. Okay. Then you will be added to the WhatsApp group. You will be given the, the PDF of the workbook and all the stuff. Sab kuch eventually ho jayega. All you have to do is to do nothing. Just get ready, get excited for an absolute mind-boggling learning for the 4 days of PracticeXL. And those of you who have not enrolled, all the best to you. If you think you can grow your practice on your own, no props. If at any given point of time you need any help from my side, stay connected on my different social media. I keep on putting a lot of content there as well. This is Dr. Sujit Pardeshi signing off from this masterclass as of now. I'll see you on the other side on day 1 of PracticeXL. Till then, goodbye. All the best. God bless you. Thank you.